Hellers putting on a show here tonight in Blacksburg, and they have Pitt in the driver's seat. Camacho a fall. Reese.
Coach, 2 falls. Whoa.
Welcome to the ACC, the Heller brothers. The Hellers putting on a show here tonight in Blacksburg, and they have Pitt in the driver's seat. Camacho a fall, Reese Heller a fall, and now maybe their most dangerous offensive wrestler ready to go to work. Nino Bonaccorsi, perfect this year, ranked 2nd in the land. Andy Smith, fresh off a win last week. She upset Trumbull of NC State. There is Bonaccorsi, the redshirt senior, 9-0 this year. 3rd year at 197, and he has to just be thinking, man, what a run by his teammates tonight. And we did learn there was an unsportsmanlike conduct against Pitt. I think it was throwing the headgear and excitement for Reese Heller. So that will cost the Panthers a point. But look up at the score, 20-12 Pitt with 2 weights to go.
So, if Nino Bonaccorsi wins this match, the question is, do you even put Dayton Pitzer out there? And you may say, well, yeah, put him out there to wrestle. You don't want him to get injured. You don't want anything flukish to happen. But we still got 197. No one expected Andy Smith to win last week. And let's see if he can repeat what he did last week. But right now, Castle is quiet.
No Bonaccorsi, the 4-time NCAA qualifier, the 2-time defending ACC champion, won the title over Isaac Trumbull last year, 5-2. Bethel Park, PA. Rock, you start looking to the future for Pitt. Obviously, it's Bonaccorsi this year at 97, but they have maxed out, patiently waiting. Talked about the heavyweight Dayton Pitzer, one of their prize recruits that they brought in. It is going to be fun to watch the Panthers over the next several years, closing out duels at 97 and 85. My goodness.
You're right about that. I want to be around to watch it. I think there's still a hush with the crowd seeing that Hunter Bowling got pinned. Good shot there by Andy Smith. Now they don't want to bring the knee out. So that's called potentially dangerous. Not dangerous or illegal. It was potentially dangerous. He brought that knee outside against the normal rotation of the knee.
And it to go, first period, no score, Bonaccorsi and Smith. Pitt looking to go 2-0 in ACC action and stay perfect on the road. Rock, it's so crazy. You know, you look at the Panthers, 7-2 coming in. Their 2 losses at home. Maryland snuck up and got them, and then the 24-11 loss to West Virginia.
Both were shockers. And talking to Coach Gavin, he said sometimes low shot there by Nino Bonaccorsi, but a good job by Smith to put his leg up to block the arm from getting around to Bonaccorsi. So Bonaccorsi is going to try and lift that leg and get the takedown with 15 seconds left. Always good to end the match on top, and Nino Bonaccorsi looks like he's going to do that. Got the takedown, was patient there, and now he's leading 2-0 at the end of the first period. Pitt is wrestling really well.
He has been one of the faces of Pitt wrestling for several years now. Nino Bonaccorsi, the 2-time defending ACC champion, always known for his offense, but we've seen a little bit of a different version with Bonaccorsi. Sure, he still is one of the high shot rate guys in college wrestling, but Rock, we were talking this week, he's been way more selective with his shots really over the last 13 to 17 months, the last couple of years when he chooses to go.
You're right, and moving up in the weight class does oftentimes slow down your shot count. But also, he's older. His body has had more wear and tear, so he's got to be a little more creative and selective on his offense. But don't think twice about it. He's still one of the most offensive 197-pounders in the country.
It's like it was a long time ago. Bonaccorsi with the heralded recruit out of Bethel Park, 12 miles south of the Pitt campus. Brother Nick, program leader in career wins at Bethel Park, and Nino was right behind him. And well, this is a young man who fell in love with the sport of wrestling at a very, very early age. His dad, his grandpa, his brothers, they were all wrestling. They were all taking him to tournaments. No doubt about it. He wanted to be a Panther. And does he ever deliver?
A little sneaky thing that happened right there. When Nino shot, Andy Smith went for a go-behind. But what did Nino do? He put his elbow up to block that arm from reaching. Really creative there.
Fingers, get out of them. Both wrestlers create action in the center.
Sean, I don't know if I've seen that before, because usually when people want to get a go-behind, they want to stay tight to the hip. So what he did was lift that arm up so it couldn't get around the hip for a go-behind. It's just enjoyable to see these guys figure things out in wrestling. Little things.
Bonaccorsi carries a 3-0 advantage. We march into the third period. Andy Smith, when he arrived in the summer of 21, he was 250 pounds. And you talk about a body transfiguration. Push the fast forward button a couple of years, wrestling at 197. He has spent a lot of time with weight management, spent a lot of time just solidifying his weight in the weight room, and it's all coming together this year. He was in and out of the lineup last year with Dakota Howard, but he has really been the guy Coach Roby has turned to consistently here at 197.
Andy Smith is still in this match. They need him to win to have a hope to win the dual meet.
You know, it's so interesting when you look at Smith. You talk about contrasting styles for an opponent in back-to-back weeks. Last week it's Trumbull, and now it's Bonaccorsi.
Bonaccorsi, you see, likes to get angles, where Trumbull likes to stay straight ahead. And this just makes you better to know that you have to diversify your attacks, meaning Andy Smith, because it's two different styles, and he still has to figure out a way to win. But right now, Nino's in control. He hasn't looked like he's given up any situations where he looks being too much of a danger. Now, with 35 seconds left, Andy Smith has to go to what's called a sprint, where he just has to go and just create something. Losing 3-1 or losing 5-1, it doesn't matter. A sprint's got to happen. And Nino's just doing a good job. Just holding. He gave up a stall call, but he feels good about this. Nothing extraordinary is happening. Circling. He's playing the edge a little bit, but he just wants to seal the deal and look at Pitt. Look at Pitt, Sean. Look at Pitt.
A Panther team that placed third at the ACCs last year, but very quietly they get Philippi and Bonaccorsi to return. They bring in the Hellers through the transfer portal, both delivering. None bigger, though, than Reese Heller. The fall on Bolin. Pitt has secured the win here in Blacksburg as we head to heavyweight. Panthers looking to stay unbeaten through the first couple of weeks of ACC action.